let me position my fan well because I would swear. This is where. Hello. Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anisa Biawarbi Idrisu Al Hassan. I shall not mention the last two names. But yeah, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a story time about how my mom and I were scammed in Dubai, the city of riches. Yeah. Back story before people think we went there as novices. My dad and I have been to Dubai twice. My first time was in JHS1. For that, we were supposed to go somewhere else, but we didn't get a visa, so we went to Dubai. The second time, we went there as both times were vacation basically, but my mom went to shop. This third time, the second time was in SHS somewhere there. This third time, my mom was like, I haven't been to Dubai in a while, so vacation / business trip because my mom has a clothing business. So we went there to like shop and everything. She wanted me to do that's a story for another day. But yeah, so we go to Dubai this time last year. It was around 7th February. Also, I'm in the hostel, so there will be a lot of background noises, and I am extremely sorry for that. I would invest in a mic soon. But yeah, we went to Dubai around 7th February. We were supposed to go in December last 2 years, but we took it to February because of like some 1 or 2 things. So we go on the flight. It was so nice and everything. Also, apologies. I was supposed to post my vlog, my entire trip, a vlog from Dubai, and I didn't have space. So I saved it to my cloud and I deleted everything, and I do not think you'd ever get those videos again. That's why I'm apologizing. But back to the story time. So we get to Dubai, and Dubai is always so beautiful for me. So we get there. She has a friend. She has multiple friends there, but she had a friend who was living there. So he comes for us from the airport. We go look for a hotel. Because it was a business trip too, we went to like, how do I say it, the center of like Dubai, basically where all the like normal shopping takes place. Basically, like, I don't know how to describe it, the shopping center, something like that, basically. Yeah, so a lot of things happened on our trip, but the main thing I'm coming to talk about is when we got scammed. So I've forgotten it, our hotel was called Babe Hotel or so, and it was next to multiple phone shops. And honestly, to me, that place was like sorry for the cats. So I was saying that place was basically the circle of Dubai, and to me, that was basically the circle of Dubai, meaning like a shopping center where like people come and shop for stuff. My mom, I don't know if I've already mentioned it because the video cuts and I did the entire video, like I spoke about everything. And I didn't have space, so I have had to start all over again. But I don't know if I mentioned, but my mom does business. So we went there as a vacation / business trip. So we get to Dubai, and my mom and I, she has a friend there. His name is Romeo. She has a friend there. He comes for us. We look for a hotel. I have already mentioned that, haven't I? Yeah. But yeah, so the day we arrived, my mom is, let me just let you guys know, my mom is not an impulsive person. She's not an impulsive buyer at all. She really thinks about her money. But when we got there, we went to eat first, and then we started walking around the phone shops, and then she asked me, do you want any phone? If you joke me, I said yes. Know that I had my 12 Pro Max in September of 2021, and we're in February of 2022. So like me, I thought she was like just joking. So we enter a shop, and she actually buys me a new phone. She buys me a 13 Pro Max, and she asked what color I want, and I said I want almost the same color as my old phone, so I can lie to people that I have the same phone. She buys me CDs for my PlayStation. Like, it was all very, very surprising because I already had a phone, and she bought me a new phone, so I was very surprised. And the shop we went to was actually very legit. They even told us that they have friends in Ghana, they have friends in circle, all those type of things. So we go back to the hotel, and like she's calculating the thing, but she also bought a new phone for herself. We weren't using the same phone, but we both got the same phone. The new phone she bought, we both got a 30 Pro Max. So I was just like looking at the things she got for me, and she was like, so my phone, she wants to use my phone, like the 12 Pro Max as a second phone. I was like, yeah, sure. Then she started changing her mind that, oh, she has already bought a phone, and to be too much, having two big phones, and blah blah blah. And she has two, like, multiple numbers. So I understood her, but like I was like, she can't just use my phone. She's like, no, she wants to sell it. The mistake we made was we didn't walk all the way back to where we bought the phones from. We went to the shop next to our hotel, asking how much it would be to swap my phone for a laptop, a Mac, but they didn't really have a Mac there. Also, sorry, I'm in my hostel, so you'll be hearing a lot of noises. I would invest in a mic. I don't know if I've already said that, but I'm saying it again. So, where was I? Yeah, they gave us the dirham equivalent, and it was basically the same money as, it was 5,500. Yeah, that was how much I asked some people I know who sell iPhones in Ghana, most of them on Twitter. I think I asked Kofi Sika and another friend of mine. I will probably put his handle down there. He sells really quality, good iPhones. Thank you. Go and buy from him. He sells Apple products, so go and buy from him. But yeah, so we asked for the drama equivalent, and it was the same thing basically. So she was like, she wants to buy me a new laptop. So she asked for what I want. She was like, she wants to buy me a Mac, but she heard that they don't come with Microsoft Word and all those things, Microsoft Office, and I'll have to pay $50, and that's a lot of stress. So we just bought an HP. For me, is that an HP? I have forgotten the model of the laptop, to be honest. But we bought it, we went to the hotel, I checked it out, I connected it, it was working. So I decided to like turn it on to check the settings and everything, check if everything was, tip top notch. And then you see, usually when you buy something new, it doesn't have the name of somebody in the model name. It has the model name, but when I checked, it was the name of someone, and we're like, that's very weird. This is a new laptop we've bought. So okay, this is amazing. This is a new laptop we've bought. So why does it have someone else's name? So I told my mom about it, and then she got pissed that like we've given them, like we were very honest in our dealings with them. So why would they lie to us about something like this? So we go to the shop and we ask them that like, why have they done this? We go the next day actually, because we were tired. So we go, and this man is like, no, it's a new laptop he has given me. And we're like, that's a lie. That is not a new laptop. That is not the model name. Because I was trying to check the specs and everything. I even asked a lot of my tech friends in Ghana about the specs and everything. But it's an old laptop. It was even one of my friends, his name is Jason, who told me that they've probably sold something. They probably put the parts together and gave it to us. So I told my mom about it, and that's why we went there. And they're like, no, they sold a new laptop to us. Like, no, you didn't do that. So it became a whole thing. It almost became a police case. So my mom was like, they should give us a new this day, or they should give me back my phone. And these people tell us that they've already sold the phone in less than 24 hours. We're like, they're lying. They said, no, if you want, we can go and check the CCTV cameras. Like, you can manipulate it. Like, you can't tell us something like this. Like, oh, they'll give us a new one. We're like, when? Because we'll be going soon. They told us that some. Then what happens if we went for the water show at the Dubai Mall, and then this feels way better. Sorry, I've been distracted. We went for the water show at the Dubai Mall, and my mom was like, do I want to stay for a couple of more days? I was like, yes, because all this has stressed me. So we stayed for the expo. So that night now, we went back. But like, they should give us a new laptop. And I went, my mom sent me to go and take something from the room. And when I came back, everybody was shouting. There was a crowd gathered outside the phone shop. And I was very, very surprised because I didn't check. But apparently these people had been racist to my mom and our friends. So we met two other people who were vacationing. The woman's name was Zolfa, and the man's his name, we all called him Daddy, so I don't know his real name. But he was very, very friendly. He was very, very nice. They were both very, very nice to us. And apparently, yeah, whilst they were trying to ask them like, oh, why did they do this to us? Like in a very, very calm way, because Romeo has lived there for a couple of years or months. I don't really remember. He was speaking to them, and suddenly this man says he covers his mouth and nose with his hand. He wasn't wearing a mask, and he tells them that they should wear a mask. And Romeo got mad because why are you not wearing a mask and you're telling me to wear a mask? Like he was being very racist to them. So Zofa got mad, and she was like, what do they mean by that? I was like, they should calm their tone. This is not a jungle. This is not a jungle. They should calm down. And that's when everybody got mad, because they're calling black people animals. Like he knew exactly what he was doing. And someone was like, what does it mean like by that? I was like, she should talk like a normal person. She should talk like a civilized person. They are not animals over there. They're not. She's talking like a wild animal. And all of the men in the shop started like attacking everybody there. Like my mom, daddy, Romeo, they were all attacking them. My mom was mad. My mom is not into these like social issues, so she knew what racism was, but like she didn't know like how deep it was. And Zofa was very mad. Daddy too was very mad because they knew. And she was like, if they should come out, she'll fight them, right? Because she was like, even if he thinks he's a man, she come out and he'll fight them. And like these men were ready to fight her. Once they were the ones at fault. So I come out, I'm like, what is happening? What's going on? Like, why all of this commotion? Because there's a large crowd outside the phone shop. And they tell us that this and that, this is what happened. And I don't want it to escalate because we are tourists. If anything, even though we are the victims, it can go very, very south for us. So I was like, why did he say that? I was like, they were shouting. I was like, why did he ask them to wear a mask? He was because of COVID-19. I was like, are you wearing a mask? And everything. I was talking very, very calmly. My mom was like, why am I talking calmly? She was getting angry at me for being calm. I was like, I don't want us to I don't want it to escalate where we won't be able to go home again, because I don't, no. So the policeman got involved. I think he was in patrols and he saw the commotion, so he came inside. And this man was very rude to us. He was even racist because he kept on telling us to keep quiet. We the people who were afflicted, we the victims. He told us to keep quiet whilst they were speaking in Arabic. And I think the man was telling him that he shouldn't mind us. Now he has sold. We had the deal and we were trying to. So the man was like, we had a deal. So why are we trying to come back for our things? And we're like, that's not the deal we had. I was like, we should check CCTV. We're like, no, that's not the deal we had. And the man was like, okay, then go to the police station. Then later, we were having a conversation with Romeo, and I agreed with Romeo. Romeo was like, well, even if we make a police case, we would eventually leave. Who will be following up for us? I didn't want it to become a big thing. All we wanted was a new laptop, because you sold an old one to us, and old one with scratches on it. Once we gave you, we were very honest in our dealings. So we went to the expo and we came back, and we're leaving in like 2 days. So like, he should please do what needs to be done. So he gave us a new laptop, and I checked everything and it was working. And we talked to a relative of mine who lives there, and he was like, we should have told him earlier, would have gotten us a laptop, because he just shipped some to some relatives in Ghana. So he linked us to somebody who could also continue helping us with the case. And I was like, we should take it to the police station. We should even show the receipt. If we show the receipt, it will show that we actually had like a very legit dealing with him, and he like frauded us. And over there, they don't take frauding lightly. Like, you will go to jail for it. So at the end, I told my mom that, see, when we come to Ghana, we can buy a new one. Like, we can buy a new one. We don't need to stress over this. She's like, it's true, because continuing to follow this case would make us stay in Dubai long. And she's a worker. I'm a student. This is not our first time there. So we know how it like goes. So we didn't want stress. So we're like, okay, it's fine. We'll just, also and like just take it home, because at least he has given us something I can use to like, we can buy a new laptop. So we went to the mall, and and then we saw new like laptops there, and we saw it was the same price as like my old phone, and we were so pained. I was so pained, and most of them were gaming laptops. I was so pained, bro. I was so pained because if they're not the same price, they're like a little bit higher. My mom could have just added money and we'll buy a new one and like just forget. But little did we know that we got to Ghana and I decided to start transferring my things from my old laptop. It had a lot of problems, that's why I bought a new one. My old laptop to my new laptop, and it was plug and play. When I checked back there when we were in Dubai, it was not like plug and play, but we gave it to them like for a night, right? So my thoughts is these niggas changed everything else as a punishment because it was plug and play. I could not use it, so I had to continue using my old laptop. But thankfully, my mom's friend in America shipped his Mac to me because he wasn't using it anymore. But moral lesson, guys: even if you've been somewhere 1,000 times, or you trust certain people, or you know, as long as you're a tourist, just be careful because they will take you for idiots. They would take your shit and you can't do anything about it. You can if you have the resources, but if you have work to come back to, you have school to come back to, you can't continue to delay your time there because these things will drag out. Just be careful wherever you travel to. Just be very, very careful. Very, very careful so you don't fall victim, because hey, the thing pained me, and it pained my mom more because the man told her that he wants to marry me, the one who scammed us, that he wants to marry me. Yeah, I was not interested, and she kept on telling me that I should saw her soul because maybe, you know, he'd me things or like, you know, those type of things. And I was like, I'm not interested. But I had a conversation with him. He was like, if I marry him, I'll stop working, I'll stop schooling, I'll just stay at home and give birth. That's not the life for me. Also, over there, when you travel there, I mean, when you marry over there, as a woman, you can't work, you can't school, you would have an escort everywhere you go. Somebody will escort you everywhere you go. Everywhere. As long as it's not at home, you'll be escorted everywhere. That's too much stress for me, honestly. God forbid. But yeah, when we got to Ghana and I found out it was plug and play, I was so sad. And my mom cares him in her heart and her mouth. Not like she went to get schnapps and eggs, but like she said, every pain she felt, you feel it back, because why did he give us this type of like laptop? And he should ship the battery here, because we went to Circle to ask my cousin about if we could get a battery in Ghana, and he was like, we cannot. This is a very old version of that laptop and we wouldn't get a battery in Ghana. He would have to ship it. And because I was saying to ship it, and he was like, I'm sorry, and he doesn't really type English well or speak English well, so like he'd be typing out, sorry, and I'll be like, mommy, please stop, because it was funny for me, because you curse him, you insult him, you tell him to ship it, he won't do it, and we are not going to meet him the next time we go to Dubai, so it's not necessary. Let's just forget about it, no matter how painful it was, because I got a new phone, I got CDs for my console, I got dresses to wear, I got a new wig, like I got things that, okay, I need a laptop for school, but there's good in the trip, right? But moral lesson, guys, have your wits about you, okay? Don't be like us that we thought, oh, we got a good deal in a fair shop, so obviously the second shop makes sense. It did not make sense. We fuck up. And the plug and play laptop is still at home in my mom's room. We do not use it because who is going to use it? I would need to carry my laptop to certain places without a charger. I cannot take it with me. Thankfully, I have a new one, but if I had used it, I would have been so stressed. That is not a life for me. But yeah, guys, just have your morals and your wits about you, so that you don't become like us. But God will punish him and his generations and his family. God punish all of them in that shop, because they all knew what was happening. And they hadn't sold my phone, so they could have just easily given me back my phone and would have brought it to Ghana to sell. But the Lord knows what happened. And that's what my mom said. She was like, maybe there's silver lining in this. Allah knows why he made it happen. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. I hope you learn a lesson from it, that you don't get duped and scammed and frauded and given a fake deal. Because my mom could have used my phone, I would have not had this problem, but it's fine. It's very, very fine. thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, yeah, and let me know if you want more story times. Thank you for watching again, and see you.